Beautiful people, how you doing wherever you are? How is everything with you? I don't know how to start. Like, okay, I've actually been lagging behind a little bit, but don't worry, you're going to catch up. It's been a while here. How you doing? Wherever you are, hope you are cool, hope you are good, hope everything is going on fine with you. Believe me, I really want things to be fine with you wherever you are. And I believe we have to keep encouraging ourselves to become more better than we were yesterday and keep moving. So we'll be discussing about purpose in this month, and this month seems to be fast. Like things are really rush. So I'll just in my previous video, if you've not checked, I would implore you to go back and check my previous video because I said so much about purpose, and i I laid emphasis on the importance of purpose in your mental life. So it's actually very important for you to discover your person, discover why you are getting yourself involved in so many things around you, discover why you are getting yourself to do some things. It makes you become someone who is more intentional about your actions, your habits, your behavior, even your thoughts. Probably by now we should have gotten used to the fact that many of the ways which we behave or many of the things which we do comes from our ability to think about it before we actually do them. So our thoughts actually produce so many things that we do. That's one of the things I emphasize so much on this YouTube channel, and believing that when we become more intentional about what we do and why we do what we do, it really helps us to become more, how do I put it now? Helps us to become more productive, yes, and it actually also helps us to take more responsibilities for everything that we tend to do or we tend to make decisions for. I was saying it that an happy man, a man who feels happy, is that man that fulfills purpose. It's not really because money does not bring happiness or something. Money is good, money is very important, but you can have money and still feel empty. Yes, you just discover that you are empty. Why? Because you are not seeing yourself as a source of blessing to someone. You are not bringing joy to someone's life, probably through your person, through your gift, through this thing. Many people think for you to actually fall into the place of purpose, probably maybe you need to just hold mic, be on the pulpit and start preaching to people so you are fulfilling. No, there are so many ways in which you can fulfill purpose. There are so many ways in which you can be a blessing to people around you. So it really doesn't have to do with something like you're on pulpit or probably like you're, I'm sure a lot of people are established on that aspect by now, but it has a lot to do with you being more intentional about everything you decide to do with your life. Yes. So being fulfilling purpose is not just about having gifts. Let me just establish that fact. It is more about you being intentional about your day-to-day life. You're intentional about how you talk to people. You're intentional about how you relate to people. You're intentional about what you say around you. You're intentional about your actions, your reactions, and things around you. That is actually purpose. That's purpose. Like you understand so much why you're doing the things you're doing and why you're getting yourself involved in the things you're getting yourself involved in. So it is more like that. Okay, there's this story of a person I read in one of the books I've read so far. This person is not really that kind of person that loves to be on pulpit or be at the forefront or something. So this person was just in his room, and when he was in his room, and God just communicated to him that okay, there's this specific person that's actually going through this kind of pain at this moment, and I want you to just pray for that person. And this person just stood in gap for that person and began to pray for that person in the secret place without even saying a word to that person. Now imagine that kind of stuff. He wasn't saying a word, he didn't say anything. And lo and behold, something happened to that person he was praying for. God was able to help that person to really do some things and achieve some things and come out of that particular problem. So that person at that corner of that room praying for that person at that particular time is fulfilling a purpose because he understands that okay, this is what I'm made for. I'm saved so that I can save others. I'm blessed so that I can bless others. I'm good so that others can be good through me. I'm inspired so that I can inspire others. So when you begin to live your life in that kind of position. There's a way you become more responsible for everything that you do. For example, now there's so much going on in the country right now, and there's just so many informations going around and so many things. And one of the things I feel that we need to establish back into the culture, if things would be restored, is an ideology of the purpose of everything we do, an ideology of why we are going into parenting. Why are we parenting children? Why do we need to be more intentional about parenting them into the place of purpose? Why do we need to be more intentional about why we need to intentionally train them? Let me just say it now. Even the scripture says that train up a child in the way it should go, so that when the child grows up, the child will not depart from it. That's because the Bible understands the place of purpose in the life of a child. So when we understand that this is why I'm raising this child in this particular way, eventually the child falls in that line psychologically, because psychologically we discover that children learns by imitation, they learn by things that we do around us and so many things around us. So when you eventually train a child in the way the child should go, imagine what the child will bat for you in future. Now it is not just about a child, it is more about a society now. So when you are training a child, it's not like you are training a child to become good for you, you are training a child to become better for the society. And when the child is better for the society, eventually the child is better for you too. So we do things with the mindset of purpose when we do things. And because we do things with the mindset of purpose, it helps us to take responsibilities, to be intentional, and to become productive at everything we do. And having established that psychological fact around purpose, one other thing I say around purpose is it help you live fulfilled. Yes. You just discover you are living a fulfilled life. Like it's not really like there's this thing I tell people, there's something that dash you money, that the money that you cannot have for the rest of your life, and that is purpose. When you die, you just feel fulfilled. You feel like there's the reason I'm living, I've fulfilled it. You get what I'm trying to say? So you're not under pressure to live a kind of life that you shouldn't be living. Why? Because you are living the life you should be living. So a person that is actually living in purpose, working in purpose, have that understanding that you are living the life you should be living. So there are so many things that surround purpose. If we keep talking about purpose, we are never going to finish everything surrounding purpose. But I'm establishing the psychological fact here that if you live purposefully in everything you do in life, you discover that your life become more effective than it was yesterday, day before yesterday. Why? Because you are living effectively. So how do you discover that you are living effectively psychologically? How do you know you are living effectively? Number one, you discover that there's just this part of you that is always happy when you do something for other people around you. It may necessarily not be like probably you buy something for them or something. Just because that whenever you do something that makes you unique, that makes you special in one way or the other, you just discover you feel fulfilled around it. You discover you're just so happy, like you're just so happy. So that's number one. Then number two around it is that you discover that thing that whenever you do it, it gives you joy. A very close friend of mine was asking me a very profound question of recent, and that was actually very profound for me because the question kept ringing in my brain for like 2 3 days. And what my friend said was, what's that thing that when they wake you up, you will gladly do it even when you are sleeping? And I said, that's purpose. And what's that? That's psychology. That's prayer. You gladly wake me up. I prophesy to you. You gladly wake me up. I tell you everything you need to know about psychology. That's that thing. That's purpose. So what's that thing that when they wake you up? What's that thing that when they walk up to you, you will gladly do them even without hesitation? Why? Because you just know that thing is already part of you. That's the uniqueness of God inside of you that you need to show to the world. Not until you begin to discover it, not until you begin to develop it, not until you become more consistent on it. You are yet to be happy, you are yet to be fulfilled, you are yet to have a balanced mental health. I hope you actually learned something from today's episode. Watch out for more as I'll be giving you guys on implications of fulfilling purpose psychologically. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy my next episode. Watch out for my next episode. My name is Rema. I'm still your psychotherapist. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel And also, don't forget to invite your friends. Don't forget to give us thumbs up. Yeah, up thumbs. Just don't forget to do all those things. But regardless of those things, don't forget to live a purposeful life every day. I love you guys.